Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
One man is dead after a shooting inside a Rapid City bar over the weekend. In a post on its Facebook page, a lieutenant with Rapid City Police says officers were called to the 800 block of Main Street just before 1 o'clock Sunday morning.
Authorities arriving on scene found a man with a gunshot wound. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. If you were at the bar and saw the shooting, you are asked to call police. Officials in southern KELOLAND are investigating the cause of a fire in Mission last night. Mission Volunteer Fire and Rescue says crews from multiple departments were called to a building on Main Street just after 5 p.m.
It contained a coffee shop, building products store, and lumber yard, and the building is a total loss. Mission Volunteer Fire and Rescue tells KELOLAND News that crews were still on scene at 12:30 this morning, but had the fire under control. So far, no injuries have been reported.
Well, now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Snow already falling in parts of KELOLAND, Scott.
Yeah, we're looking at winter returning. We have winter storm warnings that are in effect across the northern tier of South Dakota for today. And for some of us, that gets replaced with a winter weather advisory later this evening and going into tonight. So we do have the winter storm warning across northern KELOLAND for today. This next slide shows the advisory for a lot of counties here, highlighted in blue. It is for today across western South Dakota, going into effect later this evening and tonight across southeastern KELOLAND. So what does all this mean as far as the snow goes? Well, 4 to 8 across northern South Dakota. We'll go 2 to 4 in Sioux Falls. A lot of that falling later tonight and tomorrow. I don't expect much, if anything, in and around Sioux Falls for today. 2 to 4 Rapid City and 2 to 4 in Phillip. And it will be a cold day. Temperatures only in the single digits for highs in central and northern KELOLAND. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. The animals at McCrossin Boys Ranch have an important job on the ranch helping the boys. From horses to cattle to sheep, plus many more, there are a lot of mouths to feed.
Brianna Peterson is an equine assistant and says they go through about 30 to 45 bales per month. Right now, they're in need of donations of alfalfa and grass brown bales.
We have a couple of alfalfa fields and grass hay that we bale up every year. It's just been, we haven't got as many cuttings off of it as we usually do, and that's been for the last 3 years. So it's just kind of accumulated to the point where, we're pretty behind.
She says when the weather is cold, the amount of hay bales used each month can go up. The Canton Fire Department has completed its restoration of a 1917 Laverne chemical truck. A group of volunteer firefighters started the project more than 25 years ago, but it quickly stalled.
AJ's Automotive in Canton inherited the restoration about 4 years ago. They spent years locating parts and overhauled this piece of history from head to toe.
Hammering out some of the dents and making everything smooth again, and the nice gloss paint to it, and the wood finish, and a few of the extras that he, we couldn't get replaced that he found to make work on there, but it's about 90% original.
The fire department plans to use the truck for parades and possibly funerals. Brandon Valley Indoor Drumline is preparing to showcase their skills with those from around the state.
This weekend, you have the opportunity to see them and other indoor drum lines perform and compete against each other. It's something students have put in countless hours preparing for.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Our students work very hard, and they're going to be really, really happy with this show. They've brought it to a super high level already.
The event combines band with theater to create a unique experience. That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather today, well, you can see on the maps here, band of snow from the overnight into the early morning hours, covering extreme northern South Dakota into North Dakota. Now, there is more coming in the next 24 to 36 hours, and we want to expand on that as we look at Futurecast today. And that first band of snowfall tends to decrease a little bit into the afternoon. Then a secondary push coming into western South Dakota. We have headlines for that. And then, of course, winter weather advisories starting in Sioux Falls, 6 o'clock this evening. And it'll be mainly a Tuesday snow of light to moderate accumulations. Not a major storm, but certainly enough that if you're traveling tomorrow, yeah, definitely take in mind the winter weather advisory, and steady north winds will be blowing and drifting some snow along with some bitterly cold wind chills the next couple of days. In fact, this cold snap's going to last at least through the end of the week here, so we'll have to deal with that. Sioux Falls probably on the lower side of the 2 to 4 is where we're going to position that right now, but it's pretty fluffy snow, so it can accumulate pretty quickly. Otherwise, the far north, we definitely have more accumulations here, 4 to 8 in Aberdeen. We've already seen 8 inches of snow on the North Dakota border on this one. So that's certainly where things are coldest. And yeah, look at this. Cold week, all that purple representing significant departures from the averages, probably 30 degrees below normal at times this week. Well, temperatures today holding in the low 20s in the southeast, Sioux Falls and Yankton there. Between 20 and 25, only in the single digits in Aberdeen and Mobridge with the snow. 7-day forecast keeps us in the single digits through Thursday, then a little moderation by the weekend, but not really going too warm yet. So by and large, this week is going to be cold. Keep in mind, there could be a little new snow chance too for the south on Thursday. Aberdeen stuck below 0 tomorrow, Wednesday. In fact, lows here in the 20s, below 0 for 3 consecutive nights. Pierre probably not far from that level, so that's a very cold forecast for you. A little better in the mid-20s by the weekend. Rapid City also some increases by day 6 and day 7, but it'll be a cold week in the Black Hills. More coverage with your weather online at KELOLAND.com. Have a good day.